Alright guys, so we finally have the details for Goku Black in Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. I am extremely excited to see what he can do. But of course, before we get into it, the disclaimer, none of this would have been possible without the help of the Squadra Creators Program. I'm part of that program, which allows me to make this content early for you guys. But, now we get into it. Goku Black, let's see. Like, I hope he's a really, really good character as Goku Black. Okay, of course he's technical. Path to the Divine, whoa! Can increase strength within certain zones. Wait, what? Rush attack, of course. Whoa! Black Kamehameha, yup, thought so. Whoa, wait, what was that effect? Black Break, so that was that Rush movie has. Oh, okay. Black Bind, I knew that was it. I knew, like, when I saw the reveal on Twitter, like, I knew that was Black Bind. That's a manga move, which is very important. Black Powerball, do that too. Yep. Like, I'm really big on, like, the names of moves and all stuff, so remembering them is very important to me. Alright, playstyle. This is, new. Goku Black is a hero who excels at taking advantage of created zones to strengthen himself and allies with weakening enemies. What? His passive shortens the cooldown of all skills. Oh, goodness, bro. Oh, goodness. He gains immune to all. Oh. Black Powerball doesn't really seem like it's a damage dealing move. We're gonna have to go through all of that. Lots to break down, lots to break down. All right, so we have Goku Black, technical. I don't know why this always does this. Anyway, technical concept, a dark hero who fights by creating situations advantageous to him. Weaken enemies while restricting their movements, dominate the front lines, and build a utopia. I'm like, I don't know about the utopia part, but you got all that, bro. Okay, passive, Path to the Divine. Gain increased strength within certain zones. Shorten skill cooldowns, super attacks excluded, at set intervals. When inside a zone created by his or an allied hero's skill that applies healing or status effects. Okay. I understand that. So, you kind of want to be within a zone with this character. Now, granted, it's very clear you can make his own zone, right? But if you are paired up with another hero that is capable of making a zone, Goku Black takes advantage of that by becoming stronger, of course, by shortening his skill cooldowns, which is obviously going to be very important because if you have any method on being able to shorten your skill cooldowns, the better off you'll be, always. So take advantage of using him alongside characters that also make their own zone, and he should be fine. Okay, so pretty straightforward passive details. Rush attack and energy blast, attacks are powered up, and the number of hits increases when inside a zone he has created. So by default, if the number of hits are increasing, you're going to be dealing more damage per second. So that's, again, straightforward. You want to use him inside of a zone. Okay, skill 1, Black Kamehameha. Unleash an energy wave in a set direction. Applies movement speed up to allied heroes hit. What? Am I reading that right? Applies movement speed up to allied heroes hit? Okay. And movement speed down and high pressure to enemies. Creates a zone that applies movement speed up to self and allied heroes and movement speed down and high pressure to enemies inside it. The more damage he takes while inside the zone, the shorter the zone's duration. Okay. That's interesting because I wasn't expecting you to actually use Black Kamehameha on your teammates. You know what I mean? Because you would expect it to deal damage, right? But, no, yeah, with Black Kamehameha, you actually want to hit your team? So, it's weird because it's an attack. We all know what Black Kamehameha, should be, but it helps the team. So, yeah. But, anyway, so, you can use it by hitting your teammates with it, and you'll give them movement speed up, which is so weird. Or if you attack your enemies, then you apply movement speed down and high pressure, which should allow you to be able to go after them and chase them. And if they're within that field that you created with the Kamehameha, then again, your movement speed will go up, and you will also, it shows allied heroes, to yourself and allied heroes, and movement speed down and high pressure to enemies inside it. So when they get hit, and so long as they stay inside of it, they'll have movement speed down and high pressure. So that should allow you to be able to pursue your enemies, but it does also say the more damage he takes while inside the zone, the shorter the zone's duration. So be careful. If you're in the zone and you're pursuing an enemy, you take too much damage, the zone will go away quicker. So Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, skill 2, Black Break. Dash in a set direction, then fire energy all around. Creates a zone while energy is released, applying all defense up to self and allied heroes, and all defense down to enemies inside it. The amount of energy and AoE will gradually increase based on the number of allied and enemy heroes hit. Okay. The more damage he takes inside the zone, the shorter the zone's duration. Okay, so long story short, you don't want to get hit. Like, with his skill 1 and skill 2 having that same type of like restriction, long story short, with Goku Black, you don't want to take damage. It's that simple. But yeah, you dash in a set direction and fire energy all around, obviously creating that zone. We already know with his passives, if you're inside of a zone, he becomes a better character in a sense, right? By dealing more damage per second. And also getting the movement speed and all that stuff. But this one applies all defense up to yourself and your team. And all defense down to enemies inside it. So the way how it may seem like is you might want to use your skill 2. So that way you can rush into your enemies. And then after skill 2, follow up with your skill 1. So that way you get the benefit of your defense up, movement speed up, and your enemies get the detriment of their movement speed down, high pressure, and their defense down. So that's how it seems like to me. I think that might be a good combo. We'll see. And then it says the energy amount and AoE will gradually increase based on the number of allied and enemy heroes hit. So you really want to use this like in a huge group to fully take advantage of it. Okay, sorry for the cut. Like something got in my eye and had to get it out. Anyway, Black Mind. Envelop enemies in an energy wave at a set location and forcibly move them based on directional input. Applies immune to all to self if inside one of his own created zones. Duration increases if he or the target is inside his zone. If targets are in one of his zones after being forcibly moved, that zone explodes, staggering and dealing extra damage. Okay, exploded zones will disappear, excluding a zone created by Black Powerball. Can move while attacking. Okay, so first things first. Like, I'm actually really happy that Black Bind is actually a move in this game. It's a manga move that hasn't really been represented in many Dragon Ball games. Like, the only game that comes to mind that I know for a fact it's in is Sparking Zero. So, knowing that, you know, in this game is actually pretty cool. Hopefully you can see more characters come through with more manga moves and stuff. That'll be pretty dope. But let's see. Black Mind, I know you're moving people out the way. That's the point of the move. That's what he used it for in the manga. But it applies immune to all to self if inside one of his own created zones. So if you use your skill 1 or you use your skill 2 and you follow up with your skill 3, you're immune to all. Which means if you snatch somebody with that move, you're practically guaranteed to move them out of the way. And that's also going to be very important for like major like instances, like for example, trying to get an opponent off of a tower so you can save your God of Destruction. Moving them away from their tower so you can break their God of Destruction. Fighting a boss. Maybe the Dragon Shell, like who knows. But there are uses for this. There are definitely uses for this. But I also think it's crazy because it also says if targets are in one of his zones after forcibly moved, that zone explodes, staggering and dealing extra damage. So if you it says if targets are in one of his zones after being forcibly moved. So what you want to do is use that move and move them into the zone. So that way you can get that extra damage dealt on them, right? So it's literally just displacement. You want to place them into the zone so that way they take damage and you're able to follow up accordingly, right? But doing so will also make your zone disappear because it exploded. So makes sense. And also you can move while attacking, which is good. So that way you have freedom to, you know, figure out where you want to place them. Actually seems pretty versatile. And then, wow, that's definitely an explosion. Finally, super attack, Black Powerball. Strike with an energy blast at a set location. Creates a zone upon impact, applying base HP armor decrease to enemy heroes within. So when I looked at this, it doesn't really seem like it's a major like damage dealing super. You want to use this to try to set up wiping out your opponents after the fact, which makes sense, right? Again, he's a technical character. Damage should not really be his forte, but honestly, it seems pretty straightforward. And it also creates a zone, which means that you're able to take advantage of all the benefits of the zone, apart from that one specific instance that they show for the skill 3. That's really all there is to it. I mean, it's an AoE as well, so you hit multiple enemies, and you also create that zone. You get that extra attack speed and all that good stuff. Like, you should be able to do something with them. We'll see what happens. We'd have to actually get more practice with the characters first. Okay, and now the playstyle. Honestly, Goku Black is a hero who excels at taking advantage of created zones to strengthen himself and allies while weakening enemies. Okay, let's see. His passive shortens the cooldown of all of his skills except super attacks. Makes sense. While in a zone he creates or while in an allies. Take advantage of this by continuously creating zones with skills 1 and 2, allowing you to gain the upper hand by buffing yourself and your allies while debuffing enemies. Which is what I said. I think it's probably best to use skill 2 first and then follow up with skill 1. And then I would say after that, then follow up with skill 3. Now knowing that you can detonate the zones. All right, let's see. He also gains immune to all while activating skill 3 in a zone created by one of his skills. Forcibly move enemies into these zones before staggering them and staggering them and dealing damage with the final explosion, which we read earlier. Let's see. Base HP armor decrease is applied to enemy heroes in the zone created with the super attack. Work with your allies to eradicate weakened enemy heroes. And I believe that's it. Yeah, so again, it seems pretty straightforward-ish. You make a zone, you either attack with inside of the zone, or you drag an enemy into the zone to deal extra damage, right? So it's displacement and then sabotage the opponent. And now that we've broken down the character, let's actually check everything else out. So first up, the idle animation. Look at him, floating. Man is angry though, bro. Oh. Okay. Oh. 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 Oh, they got the tornado? Wait, hold on, bro. Wait, no, that's clean.
So this is my power.
Yes, Goku Black. Wait, no, that tornado was clean, bro. Okay. And there's that. Like I was expecting that to like maybe like for like an intro or something, but like having that be for the idle animation is actually pretty freaking cool. Okay, next up we have Goku Black Beautiful Utopia.
I'll end this.
Yeah, okay, that was definitely his yeah. Moving on. Goku Black Blackened Aura. It's kind of out of order, but it is what it is. Clean.
Is that all?
Okay, wait, hold on. The Powerball at the end. Nice. Okay, next up we have Goku Black Cool and Collected. This is the victory screen.
Who do you take me for?
His are kind of clean, you know what I'm saying? Slightly more dynamic, if you will. All right, after that we have Goku Black Cool and Collected. This is the intro. Okay. Struck the pose a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, gang, they there. All right, now we have Goku Black Dragon Ball Acquired.
Ha! None shall stand in the way of my justice.
No, the background with it, that's clean. The background with it is clean. All right, next up, Goku Black Each Blow Like a Bright Flame. Okay.
I knew it. This body's superb.
Wait, that's clean. Like, it's because they're so simplistic, but it's like so into like Goku Black's nature that it just is hidden right. It's hidden right. All right, now we have Goku Black Final Judgment.
Mortals must be eradicated. Let us begin.
That's his intro? Wait, hold on, bro. Yeah. Dang, that's clean. Dang, that's clean. All right, and then finally we have Goku Black, the full beauty of the of the time ring. Wait, what the heck?
Behold.
Oh, all this stuff are actually pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. And before I forget, because I actually did miss one, we actually do have one last one. It's called Goku Black Resonance. This is his finisher. Of course, with Zamasu. And against Trunks. Dang, wait, the gang? Wait, the gang. Okay, that's clean, that's clean. But yeah, now this is absolutely everything that we have to see so far with Goku Black. Again, I'm very excited to try this character out. He should be releasing in a few days, actually, so it won't be too long until we actually get to play the character for ourselves. But I do want to know what you guys think about Goku Black based off of what you've seen in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.